What's happening? Welcome back to the Past Alive. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. The return of Mailbag Monday, and we have a very bulbous box to savagely tear our way into, courtesy of none other than our buddy Nick West. Also have a couple other pieces of mail, so let us get down to it. I appreciate you guys all for being here. The first package we'll start out with. It's been a few weekends, or weeks, I should say, since I've done this series. We have three different things to rip into, to be exact. The first one is from Loudon, hailing from Oklahoma. He sent me something else a while back. Please pay homage to this creepy Chris Sabo cigarette variant. And thank you guys all for being here tonight. So, what Loudon, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, and hopefully you guys can see this. I don't know why the chat is spazzing out or what's going on, but if you're able to see it, then please let me know. Hopefully there's no technical difficulties happening. And I like how Loudon puts Dr. J. Jabs Esquire. We love that. We got Chaos in the house. He's also not on the abandonment list, so we acknowledge him. And inside of this envelope, we have some goodies in the form of 92 Studio. I see a Frank Tanana. We also have a note. The note says, not going to lie, I'm kind of upset that we haven't seen the Holy Grail Kevin Bass, Ass McGee combo card. That is pretty freaking epic, if you ask me. It says, I have enclosed a Donnie baseball for you, or for your dad, Mr. Jabs. That's pretty freaking awesome. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Enclosed for, I'm not sure what that word says, a $24,000 Sosa Air. eBay price, you can have it for 60% comps. Keep it or auction it. Tell 44.4 that we need another cipher. I think he might be working on one. By the way, I still haven't received my Carmen card. I definitely sent that out twice. Allow me to speak for all of the listeners. Although your channel is somewhat informative, LLL, we love your attitude and demeanor. The back and forth you have is really great. Each episode is a bright light in a dark world. Keep it going. Thanks. Speaking of dark world, are these two idiots really the best candidates we have? He says, P.S. I did receive the great Carmen card. So that's all right. Well, I'm glad that it showed up. This must have been written over the course of a few days, but happy to hear that you finally got the Carmen. I'm not sure what the mishap was originally, but I'm glad it arrived safe. So, what we have here is a stack of cards, apparently, from Loudon, 92 Studio, like I said. We have a Sosa error, apparently. There's lots of random weird errors floating around eBay, and some are correct, some are not, but most of them are exorbitantly overpriced, and they're like decimal points and things of that nature. So the Sosa, I'm not entirely sure what the error that someone's selling this for on eBay is. Is there some sort of saliva or foam on the side of his mouth? Is that part of the error, or is it some sort of birthday or decimal point? I honestly could not even tell you, but still an iconic card nonetheless. In 1998, this freaking card was skyrocketing. Not as much as his 90 Leaf, but it was going wild back then. I remember pack pulling that as a young lad. Here's a 92 Studio card from my dad, so I'm sure he'll appreciate that one. I don't know if he has that or not. He used to always give my dad Donnie baseball cards for his birthday and for Christmas inside of greeting cards. So he's accumulated quite the collection. I actually just gave him some stuff recently. It took a long hiatus, didn't give my dad anything as far as baseball cards for many, many years. And I got back in the hobby and started to give him things when I'd see them. I don't know if he really appreciates them or not, but it's nice to see him have a decent Donnie baseball collection. That was his favorite player long ago. And we have an 87 Topps card randomly here that I'm not sure what the prominence is of this card, but we also have Frank Tanana. I don't know if I've ever seen this card before, honestly. It might actually be like some sort of Mandela effect. The Frank Tanana looking rather devious and creepy in that photo, but I have to open a box of 92 Studio sometime soon. I've never opened these on this channel, and I always liked all the random facts. Would like to meet Dr. Billy Graham. Jerry Don Gleaton is his best friend in baseball. talk show host is Jay Leno. Whatever happened to Jay Leno? Does anybody ever talk about him anymore? I know he's like had some health issues and stuff, but I feel like I haven't heard his name in a very long time. But it was always cool to find out what these pros' favorite players were, or TV shows, or movies, or whatever else. And definitely calling a Mandela effect on this 87 top. So a very cool package from Loudon. I really appreciate that, man. I'm glad the Carmen card arrived safely. And thank you for being an avid watcher, man. Thank you very much for taking the time to write that note and send that. The next one we have is going to be from Riley Summers. We'll use this parallel. This ski mask bandit Sabo. But Riley's from Tennessee. Another PWE here. We got a very bulbous box from Nick West. That's why I figured we'd do it live. Normally, I save these mailbag videos for whenever there's, at least a few packages, so they're more than 3 minutes long. And I think Nick West's box is probably going to take up a decent amount of time, just based by the sheer size of it. So, inside of this one from Riley, it says, "Hey, John, longtime viewer, first time mailing you something. Keep the awesome content, brother." It says, alt something grunge music. He's got a Bandcamp. That's pretty sick. I definitely support quite a few artists on Bandcamp and buy their music when they release it. But to check this out on Bandcamp, if you're familiar, I think that says LOSEL XXX.bandcamp.com. Go on there and check his music out and buy some tracks. I appreciate you sending this my way, Riley. Let's see what we got here. I don't know what order to even open this in, but I missed a few comments, and I apologize. I'm kind of thrown off by the stream. I feel like it's not working properly. Let me know if there's any technical difficulties. But Mikey G, member for 23 months, says, "Hey, John, Pee-wee fellow cult members, Mikey in the house. What is happening? In honor of Mikey popping in here, I feel like we have to have a cameo from everyone's favorite emphysema-induced 80s TV star Pee-wee, freshly back from the neighbors. Smoked about a carton of cigarettes over the weekend on both days. We got Lee Criterium Racer also in the house. Lee, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I appreciate that, man. Check out Lee Criterium Racer. If Tango or one of the mods could post a link to his channel, I would greatly appreciate that, and subscribe to him. Always a pleasure to see you. We got Trevor Williams in the house. Also, Sesame Sosa said when he went to the Cubs, their team dentist fixed his teeth, made him hungry, and that's how his strength increased. Is that really the truth? That is pretty ridiculous. So went. It turned out to look a lot like Michael Jackson, I feel like, over the years in his transformation. So very interesting that his teeth actually is what caused him to actually become, the Hulk, basically. So let's see what we got here from Riley. It says, "Cards for the Air Oddity Box. Paul F. says, Pee-wee goes to the Indian reservations to save money on smokes. If he doesn't already, he needs to, because I'm sick of him mooching off of me. I'm real freaking tired of it." And we also have the incredibly levitating Mike Walkton on the set as well, who's just kind of floating above me here as I open these. It's kind of creepy, but it's Mike Walkton, so I expect nothing else. So it appears to be. Tim L says, "You should break a box of 84 tops with your dad." That's actually a sick idea, man. I think that's a freaking great idea. Thank you for that, Tim. To see if my dad is up for doing that. It's been a while since I've opened 84 tops. I feel like the last one I opened, I didn't find a Mattingly rookie. Tops would probably, I guess, be the cheapest box to find these days. Fleer probably, I think, a little more expensive. I'll have to look into that, though. Very good idea. Jack Clark miscut, 91 Leaf. And another Jack Clark. That's pretty ridiculous. We love that. Felix Fermin, all the different limbs flapping around everywhere. This card always creeped me the hell out because it's so ridiculous. I remember pulling that from like a jam-pack box or something, a retro wax, and commenting on the exact same thing, how wild that card is. And here's another Jack Clark. Apparently that card was just absolutely butchered during production. A bunch of miscuts. But that's pretty sick. I've actually been slapping some things together for that collection. I don't know if I ever make a video on it or not, but we'll do that at some point. Hopefully, if I can accumulate enough things and organize. But you know how that works around here. Floyd Vincent's found a Mattingly rookie for $10. That's pretty sick. Always a no-brainer, I feel like, if you see a Mattingly rookie in good condition for $10. Gotta buy it. An auto you might not have. Who is it? Joel Wolf. This is an interesting one because it's from 92 Upper Deck Minor League. Kind of an interesting set that also had some random and weird holograms come out of it, like Ben McDonald, etc. But that's pretty cool on-card autograph. I like that signature. Paul says, never heard of you. I don't know if I've heard of Joel Wolf before or not, but I like this set. By this freaking card. So that one is pretty epic. Put that in with the crazy photo collection. Pretty epic. Put that in with the crazy photo collection. As I have some random issues with the stream. This is what happens when you do streams in the basement. But I'm doing that because Nick West's package is so freaking bulbous. I didn't know if it would fit in my typical card filming room. But let's pull it out. And along with this box from Nick West, we'll try to get through this somewhat quickly because I don't know what's going to happen in the stream. We might lose it entirely. But here's how bulbous this box really is. So you can get a feel for it. So that sending me this, man. It's really very, very cool of you. Let me slash into this and see what Nick sent. This huge freaking box. There's all kinds of goodies in here. I could hear it rumbling around. Check that out. Nick West is he's been frequenting a lot of estate sales. He must have pretty good luck because I never find any around here, and if I do, they just have a bunch of, I don't know, older things like doilies and stuff that I don't want. I guess those are ones you kind of have to go to find cards that aren't advertised. But Nick seems to have pretty freaking good luck finding some pretty amazing treasures at estate sales. But I'm not sure where this came from, if it was from a estate sale, a flea market, but it's definitely a real Ghostbusters comic that I did not freaking have. So that is pretty awesome for my RGB collection. And I love how these had pull-out posters inside of them, too. I always wanted to go and get a bunch of these and rip them out and hang them up. But very, very cool stuff there. June 22nd. Not really sure what year that was. I'm going to say like 88, 89 maybe. Somewhere in that range, but that's pretty freaking epic. Next inside of here, look at this. We have a dirty, urine-stained pack of top loaders for freaking Beanie Babies. This is pretty epic, man. I didn't know they made Beanie Baby specific top loaders. Has anybody else ever freaking seen these? Those are pretty epic. Tie heart embossed on every protector. Man, I guess they are right here. I didn't even notice it before. They have the tie heart directly on them. That's pretty sick, man. I've never come across those before. Pretty epic. Here is the Bo Jackson book. Nick, you don't have to send this back to me, man, unless you already had it. But Nick actually purchased this a while back. I foolishly thought this was autographed. It was a first edition because I saw some on eBay selling as first edition autographs. But the inside of the cover is signed by Bo Jackson. It's actually a facsimile. So I had refunded him and he sent it back. You did not have to do that, Nick, but thank you. We have all kinds of other goodies, and it seems like the stream might have crapped out on me, so I apologize. Hopefully, I mean, it looks like, to me, we're still live, still recording. But who knows? My ghetto-ass internet. Next up, we have what looks to be like a 7-inch for Ghostbusters. That's pretty sick, too, man. A Ghostbusters soundtrack 7-inch. This one is cracked. I'm not sure if it was originally like that, but it's one I did not have before, so that's a pretty sick collectible for my Ghostbusters PC. Pretty freaking epic there, Nick. So thank you very much for that as well. And check this out. This is absolutely phenomenal. Little House on the Freaking Prairie sealed VHS tape. Most of you guys know that I'm a huge Michael Landon fan. I kind of just recently got into Highway to Heaven again after many, many years last year because I have an all Highway to Heaven TV channel on my Samsung Plus free cable. And I just found out yesterday there's also a Little House on the Prairie channel. So you may never see videos from me again because I will be binge watching those from now on. But a freaking sealed VHS for Little House on the Prairie. Absolutely epic. One of the greatest ever of all time, Michael Landon. We miss you dearly. Pretty epic there. And look at this. To go along with... this is pretty... To go along with those Beanie Baby top loaders, we have a box of Beanie Babies cards, which I have seen these before, random collections that I bought, but I don't really have any of them. I've never really paid too much attention to them, but they look absolutely ridiculous. This is Series 3 from 1999 when all the craze was going around for Beanie Babies. Well, apparently we're going to bring that freaking craze back by opening this box at some point in time. We will bring back 1999 single-handedly through Beanie Babies cards. Second edition. That's pretty freaking epic. It feels like a sealed box to me. It definitely is. They're all in there. Hopefully they're not bricked. But that's pretty freaking epic. The last thing in here looks to be a lunchbox. Not sure what it is. Face down. Whoa, check it out. It is an original Ghostbusters lunchbox, and it feels like and sounds like the freaking thermos is also in there. And some other goodies. Whoa. You know what? I think I had one of these Ghostbusters lunchboxes. This one, I feel like I sold it like 10 years ago. I think I bought it and it wasn't in really good condition, so I ended up putting it on eBay or something like that. So that's pretty freaking awesome. And there's a postcard in here from 1979. That's pretty sick too. I don't know if I've ever seen these particular postcard before, but very cool stuff there. And we also have some sealed packs of Kellogg's, Willie Mays and Raleigh Fingers. I think these were from 1991, if I'm not mistaken. So we love sealed packs around here. I'm not going to open those. I do have some already. I don't think I have ones at all. I have Willie Mays or Raleigh Fingers, so that's pretty freaking epic. We also have another one with Raleigh Fingers on it, and that stash that is unforgettable, especially around these parts, opening the Yak Pack boxes, and there's some sort of, like, felt bottom box. What is this? There's a watch in here. Is this a Sacagawea gold coin watch? You've got to be freaking kidding me, man. That is that is absolutely epic. Where did you find that? A Sacagawea gold coin watch. I feel like I have to wear this during live auctions now. That is absolutely epic. And so ridiculous that that exists that I'm actually obsessed with it. And I like this pillow, too. That's pretty neat. I actually use that. Sacagawea gold coin watch to go along with all of the auctions. If it fits, it should. How freaking epic is that? Oh, I'm obsessed with it. That is so good. It looks like the chat kind of came back. I apologize. For a long time, it was not loading whatsoever, so I couldn't see any comments. I think it's because of my garbage-ass signal from Comcast. Middle fingers up directly at you. Mikey G says, did Pee-wee yank the cable out of the Wi-Fi router? To me, I've been live the entire time. It's just comments completely stopped in the stream. I just weren't coming up. So I apologize. Hopefully the video was not affected by it, but that's what happens when you film things in my messy-ass basement is sometimes there are technical difficulties. But Nick West's Bob's box is too big for other rooms of the house. Check it out. The original thermos for this Ghostbusters lunchbox from 1984. The watch will guide you towards Kevin Bass' perfection. Maybe Corky gave him a